We were curious to see how a company like Zara, which came to a very mature sector with against very strong competitors like C&A and Marks and Spencer and Benetton, only with one factory and one shop in the 70s, could become the leader of the sector. And this was why, at the end of our first case, Zara, we made a question to all users of the case. It was, now, is Zara reaching the limit of its business model? 14 years later, we saw that the answer to that question was absolutely no. Zara were doing better and better, and Zara has still been leader in the sector for the last decade. In fact, at the beginning, we thought just to update the case. It was the easy way. But when visiting the company, again, we found so many things there that we feel that a lot of things will be learned again from that company, and that it was worth it to communicate to other scholars. This is why we decided to write a new case. The authors, I mean, Zara, Mike, and myself, we didn't want just to keep this knowledge for us, but we think that our mission was also to communicate what we have learned in the company to other scholars worldwide. We see that our effort and our time has been appreciated by a lot of people around the world, so that gives much more value to our work. It has been wonderful to know that the two cases together has been used for more than 150 universities around the world. So this is really the real award for us, which we have been talking for a long time. Zara is a unique phenomenon in the business world, not only for the apparel sector, but for any sector. We focus on the whole system, and not only in the pieces, like, for example, merchandising or production or distribution or whatever. But we have focused, of course, we deeply study every part, but we focus about showing the interconnection between these parts and how this makes Zara different. I think that in our cases, it has been clearly shown that the consideration of the company, the supply chain, Zara's supply chain as a whole with very highly interconnected parts, have been a plus to make the case maybe different from other approaches, and maybe this is one of the causes behind its success. I think that in business management in general, and especially when the company is subject to an environment as the one you find in Zara, which is very competitive and subject to very quick changes, there is room for this kind of what you have called business art. I think that in this case, the know-how of the managers, not just their technical capabilities that you can bring from the school or whatever, play the role there. Of course, this is important to get more performance, but their own judgment, their know-how in the broad sense, what we have called, I say again, a business management art, play a very crucial role. Besides about what everyone knows about Zara, there is a lot of managers' judgment that is used every day for the important decisions in the company. Even when using more standardized models, operational models, or even business models, which of course will lead to higher performance, there will still be room for this kind of business art, which makes the companies different from each other. And I think that Zara is a great example to illustrate this thought. When I approached Zara, top manager in this moment, of course I told them about our first case, its awards, etc., etc. But I don't know if it was the reason why they opened their doors for us. In fact, the result was that they have been very generous with their time, and we are very grateful because it's not easy, as you say, to find people so open and giving us so much time We could spend with them many hours in meetings, also in field visits. Even we had 2 hours meeting with Pablo Isla, which is the big CEO, which is very uncommon. He doesn't give interviews or so easily. So I would like again to seize this moment to thank them again, because they were very generous with us and we are very grateful. Without them, this case would not have been possible. Normally, teaching is the poor brother of the family in the university when you compare with publishing in top journals and so on, and it is a pity. I think that the 3 pillars of a good business education is research plus practice plus teaching, but all together. I mean, we need to link all these aspects when we work to do what we think is the real good task of a scholar. I think that when we do research closely related with the real world, and then we acquired important knowledge, our mission as a scholar is to bring this knowledge to the classrooms in university or in executive education. I think that when you do this, you are really fulfilling a very important task.